Yesterday, I had nowhere to go to. No plan, no home, no backup. And for the next 24 hours of my life, I was there, alone, all of my own. So basically, I was staying at my friend's place, but suddenly she has to go somewhere. So I called home, and you know what my family thought? They thought I'm staying at my friend's place, so I didn't try to correct them. And I was like, yes, girl. And you know what happened next? I had nowhere to go to. And I literally went, you say, what do you say? We call it homeless. I literally went homeless yesterday. Walking. I had nowhere to go. And it was like around like 4 p.m. and I thought, where should I go? I literally had like 10 kilos of my bag and that was on my back and I was just walking here and there. I thought, where should I go? What should I do? 10 kgs on my back and 1,000 thoughts in my mind. So I just started walking. I was just walking here and there around the market and I walked for like I think 1 2 kilometer and then I came back and then I went to a public park. So I sat alone in the park for a while and you know what? Everyone around me had someone like their friend or like they were talking to someone, hanging out with someone, taking each other's photos, making snaps, and you know me? It was just me. I just had myself. And I was like, I actually felt alone. And you know, when you are crowded with a lot of people and all of these people are having fun and you're just like feeling left out. And you know, I actually had no one at that time. And you know, girl, that felt so good. You know what I mean? So that one park closed so fast. Like, I was there for a while. And then they were like there were some police officers that were whistling and they were like the park is closed, so I went to another one and that one closed as well. And thereafter I had this realization in my mind that girl, you have nowhere to go to. So what did I do next? Then I thought, where should I go? Where should I go? I started walking again, and then I went to a bus stop. And at the bus stop, there was like a lady sitting along with a child, so I thought it might be safe in here. You know what happened next? She asked me if she can call someone, and I was like, yeah, sure, you can call. So she asked me to dial a number, and I dialed the number for her and gave my phone to her. And my phone was literally on like 1%. Literally 1%. Okay, and you know what happened next? She started arguing and that person was actually her husband. She was like shouting very loudly like, where the fuck are you, dude? I'm waiting here for like one and a half hour. And she was like arguing really really loudly and she went straight for like I think 10 minutes straight. She was like shouting and she was like, where are you? Just come here, we're just waiting for you and all of those things. And I was like in a shock, like I was like, if I ask for my phone back, then I'll be the one who will be in that problem. So I didn't ask for that. And thank God my phone was still alive after that. Okay. And at that moment, I decided I think I should go from there because I didn't feel safe there. Right. So then I went to the market because I had nowhere to go. Girl, I was like, when I would go to the market, so I was just going to the market, just walking here and there, back and forth, because I literally had no place to go to. And you know, then what happened? A miracle happened. I actually reached a temple, and there, langar was going on because it's Navratri right now, so there are like so many langars that's happening all around the temples right now, and I was literally so blessed. Literally, I was like, I have nowhere to go to. So I asked God, like, God, give me some guidance. Like, where should I go to? Like, I prayed to Mata Rani, like, I need your help. And she actually helped me. Like, I literally found a temple out of nowhere. I had no idea that there were temples around that place. And I was like so pleased. And I actually got to have such tasty dinner. And I also prayed for a while. So, like, for an hour or two, I got a place. And you know, that was the best part about it. And you know, the story gets more and more interesting. Just listen, girl. And you know, for the first time that day, I felt peace. Like, I was like, finally, girl, yes, some peace in my life. But then again, after the langar ended, I was at that question again, where should I go right now? And dude, I was getting bonkers. So I just started walking again. Again, no place to go to, no destination in my mind, a thousand of thoughts running around my mind like what will happen if I didn't end up in a safe place. But you know what I had? I truly had like so much faith. I have to truly have so much faith in God and in universe that nothing bad will happen to me. So I was just walking around and where I ended up, I ended at a carnival at a fair, and that was a fair that I actually really wanted to go for a really, really long time, and I actually didn't know the way there, and I actually ended up there like I was just walking around back and forth, and I was there, and I was like wondering, like, oh my god. So basically, the carnival was really, really overcrowded. So it was a peaceful environment for me because overcrowded means I won't be alone and there would be people around me. But you know what? That carnival also ended in a around.
Why are you messing up with my video, you fucker?
So the carnival ended around a hour or two. So thereafter, I think it was around like 1:30 p.m. And again, I had nowhere to go to. So what happened next, girl? It's actually quite wild. So I was just walking again, and I was actually on the main road, and I was walking through the main route, and like two, three people went by in a car, and they asked me if I wanted a lift, but I wanted no risk, so I was like, no, just go, go, go. My house is nearby, and then finally, I walked around, I think 1 2 kilometers, and I was actually really, really tired, but I was still walking and walking and walking with those 10 kgs of luggage on my back, and I was still walking and walking and walking. Like, still you can see all these, I think, those dark circles because I didn't slept a blink yesterday night, and yeah, so I was just walking, 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 and then I came across a truck, and the person who was in that truck, he came down. It was like, and he was like, "Are you alone? Do you want to lift?" And I was like, "No, no, 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 no." And he was like, "I think you need a lift." And he actually seemed decent. There were three guys actually, and they were actually nice. So, I can't tell them about the context. So I just went like, yeah, my house is just like 10 minutes far. And I told them I'm coming back from the carnival, and they were like, you're a girl, you should stay safe. You shouldn't be like hanging around in the middle of the night alone. Stay safe for the next time. And that one guy who asked me for the lift, he seemed a little bit drunk and a little bit shady because he asked me for my mobile number as well. And my phone was switched off at the time because it turned off. As I told you, it was on 1%, and while I was talking to my friend, it turned off. So yeah, that would happen. And yeah, I gave him my number because at that moment I was like, put my safety first. And where they dropped me, I actually took the wrong route because I didn't want them to follow me, and I actually wanted them to think that was my home. So I went to a wrong way and actually didn't know where I was going. So again, I was walking and walking and walking, and I don't know where I was walking to, girl. Walking again, walking and walking and walking. And then, you know what happened? There were two policemen there. They asked me, where are you going? Where are you coming from? I said, I'm just coming back from that last area that was nearby. And they were like, okay, so they let me go. They didn't ask much. I just told them like my house is just like a little bit far away, and who tell them, dude? I just went there, and you know where I ended up? It was a construction site. There were like rocks, like huge rocks all around there, and there was actually no one. So I thought this is the best place for me to stay the night. So I actually stayed there. It was around, I think, no, it was around like 1:30. I reached there, and yeah, I sat down for a while, and I actually felt peace because it was so cold at night. I was literally shivering, but it's better rather than ending up in a deadly place. Okay, so I was there, and yeah, I felt no risk, dude. I was like, this is a whole new adventure for me, and I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna enjoy being homeless because why not? I'm gonna enjoy every single second of my life because, okay, it may be worse, but people have it worse than me. Okay, there are people who literally live like this every single day of their life. And me, I just lived one day, and it was I was in a vulnerable state. But okay, it was actually a whole new experience for me, and I actually learned a lot from it. Such a messy place because it was around a highway, so there were like sounds of trucks and cars were coming like randomly after each second, and it was kind of disturbing. And every time I was just like this in this position. I was on my knees and like putting my head down, and I was like sitting right little like this, and I couldn't fall asleep. Like I couldn't even sleep a blink of an eye. Like still you can see like these dark circles because I haven't slept yet, and yeah, it was really worse. Okay, I was like this, and there were like animals there, insects, and I was literally sitting on a rock, and it wasn't comfortable at all. And there was a fear in my mind that was going on. Like, what if someone finds me here? What if they told? What if they think I'm a thief or what? But it was not like that. I was around someone's house. It was like literally like on construction site. Like there was nobody there at that time. Still, that fear in my mind. And at that moment, I realized, yeah, life happens. And certainly, I ended at such a place because of some things. But, the best part of it, I felt gratitude. I had eaten, I had water with me. And, maybe it was worse, but it could have been worse. And, you know, I'm actually really grateful for yesterday because I got a new adventure in my life, and that I never forget. Around 3 a.m., I had my big moment. I literally realized like I was waiting for the time when the sun would arise and I could finally leave this place. But yeah, at 3 a.m., I had my big moment. I was like, I couldn't stay here anymore, and I started walking again.